Let's turn to a new example. Here we'll be looking at an off-grid telecommunications site in Ecuador. And I'll start out by setting up the analysis. We need to provide power to this off-grid telecom site in Ecuador. The location is about 15 kilometers north of Azoyes, Ecuador. There they're going to need 25 kilowatt hours per day of AC electricity. The proposed case is going to be a photovoltaic plus battery system, so just like we saw in the previous example for the home in Wyoming, and also the base case is going to be the same. It's going to be a diesel-powered generator. The planning horizon is 25 years. That is to say, the organization says we're going to need power at this site for 25 years, so provide us a solution for 25 years, and we're not concerned with what happens after 25 years, even if the equipment could last longer. And the currency is going to be US dollars because that is actually the currency in Ecuador. Unlike in the previous example, I'm going to ask you to work through this example with me. Now, if you have a subscription to RETScreen, you can do this. If you don't have a subscription to RETScreen, it's not going to permit you to fill things out on the energy page. So in that case, you can view this as a demonstration. It will be very similar to the demonstration for the off-grid home in Wyoming. If you're not interested in seeing a very similar demonstration, you might skip to the third module of this training series, where we will look at a different kind of system. We're going to compare a photovoltaic plus battery plus genset hybrid system with grid extension. So skip ahead if you don't have a subscription and you're not interested in seeing this as a demonstration again. However, if you have a subscription, I'd encourage you to launch a blank RETScreen feasibility study, change any settings you see necessary, locate the project 15 kilometers north of Azoyes, Ecuador, configure the facility page for an off-grid analysis, and you can do that now by pausing the video, trying to complete the above, and then unpausing to see the solution, which I will provide. All right, here is my solution for that initial part of this second module. I'm going to launch a blank feasibility study by clicking here. And then I'm going to go to the settings page here, and I'm going to configure the currency here for US dollars. Here, for the heating value reference, you can use either higher or lower heating value, but given this is a project outside of North America, it'd probably be more appropriate to use the lower heating value. So if you're curious about what the heating value is, it's convention for expressing the amount of energy available in a quantity of fuel. And the higher heating value assumes that all the water vapor in the exhaust is converted to liquid, and in the lower heating value, that is not the assumption. The lower heating value is used most parts of the world. The higher heating value is used in North America. The other thing you could change is you could put in a conversion rate here for Canadian dollars to American dollars. So $1.35 Canadian is worth $1 US at the time of this recording. That's useful in RETScreen in order to get prices in the cost databases automatically converted to US dollars or whatever currency you're working with. I think the rest of these settings are okay. On the location page here, I am going to select the climate data location, and I am going to search for so there's Azoyes there, the location, climate data location there, and I'm going to assume that the project is somewhere about 15 kilometers to the north. So I'll have to zoom out a bit here. And how I'm telling that I'm 15 kilometers away is by looking here at the distance between the climate data location and my site. So I'm going to put it somewhere up around here. I'm going to click here to paste the data in. and then I'm going to proceed to the facility page. On the facility page, I want to ensure that this is no longer set to power plant, but rather power, storage, and off-grid. That's essential when you get to the energy page. It is, however, a photovoltaic off-grid system, so I'll leave that as it is. I could put in a description like telecommunications site, and if I had a name I could put that in. I could also change this gray text or change the image here by select image, and I can also hide the benchmark, but I'm not going to do that here because they're not essential to this analysis. In the next video in this series, we're going to specify the load and the base case power system.